Slime Media. Which one on them is the Slime Media right here. I know it's been a minute. I've been busy, y'all. Everything, the weather. If you're from Georgia, you know I'm talking about the weather been so cold. So it's been cold in the garage. Do videos. Been trying to do videos in the kitchen. We've been cleaning up the kitchen and all that. So that's why I haven't done no videos. I promise you, I'm gonna do more videos towards the end of this year. Talk about everything. Like I said, I was gonna talk about. I know my last video I did on the Stargirl season finale and everything like that. But promise you, I'm gonna stay consistent. Try to be more on top of things with the videos and everything like that. Just been busy at work and a whole bunch of other stuff. That's why I had time to do videos. But I'm back at it with a video. This is my review. Been wanting to do this because I want to digest everything about this movie and make sure I did this spoiler review. Everybody has seen this movie. But this right here is my review on Avatar 2: The Way of the Water. Very, very good movie. Silent movie. I really think Avatar is probably up there, one of my favorite movies I've seen so far this year. Not off of the story arc. People always talk about the story arc of the movie. That's, you know what I'm saying? But it ain't really about the story arc. You know, you don't really watch Avatar to see the stories. You pretty much watch the movie because of the graphics and everything like that. Just James Cameron does a phenomenal job once again in this movie. The graphics, the details of everything of this movie, just so it's just a cinematic. Like I suggest you see this. When I saw it the second time, I saw it in 3D. So you gotta watch it if you see it like in IMAX 3D. That's the best way to watch this movie, IMAX 3D, because you get the full on experience and just enjoy it much more. So this is probably one of my favorite movies between this one, Top Gun, and Sonic and Everything Everywhere All at Once. Probably my favorite four movies I've seen so far this year in 2022. That's the top four right there. No question about it. So I really, like I said, I really enjoyed this movie. Definitely was entertained by it. Like it a lot. You know, I'm finna get into details, talk about the story, and talk about the movie. But definitely, like I'm already saying, this is definitely one of my favorite movies in off the year and everything like that. So it's crazy. Almost waited like I think almost over 10 years. Like definitely over 10 years to finally get the sequel to Avatar. But it's like it's definitely the way I look at it. To me, is worth the wait. The way I look at it now after digesting it, because I've had a while, of course, since I saw it 2 weeks ago to digest the movie. It's definitely for sure, man. It's definitely like for sure probably worth the wait, and I'm glad we're getting more and more sequels. That I heard Avatar 3 doesn't come out to 2024, so that's just a whole nother year. So not that bad. I wish I did it back to back years and everything like that, since it's been so long that we got waiting a whole nother year to see another one. But it'll still be fresh in our minds and everything by the time the third one comes out. But this one was definitely pretty good. I can't say yay or nay is the first one better. The second one better than the first one, because they're both pretty much equal to me. Because like I said, it's been so long since we saw the first one. So to see the second one, just a refreshment, just so good. So I was able to enjoy it. Definitely love it. Definitely one of my favorite movies so far this year. Avatar. Avatar the way of the Avatar 2, the way of the water. So I'm gonna get straight to it and talk about it. So pretty much we leave off kind of like where the first one left off. We see Jake Sully. He's a father now because obviously times have passed. He's a father now, 4 kids, and also I forgot Shoshone Weaver. She comes back as well. This time she plays one of his daughters. So that's another good thing too. She comes back and is playing one of his daughters as well and all that, because of course her character did die, of course, in the first one, but she comes back now as playing like a more so of playing a teenager as her daughter. So she comes back to that, but the spirit of her character, Jonah Reeves' character, still lives in through Jake Sullivan, is Jake Sully's older daughter and everything like that. So you can tell, of course, it's her voice still and everything like that. So very not distinguished, but Sigourney Weaver comes back as well. But Jake Sully, him and Nertiti, of course, played by the wonderful, the very, very good looking, very, very beautiful Zoe Saldana. They're both parents now. They help raising their 4 kids. They have 2 sons and 2 daughters and everything. So they're just enjoying life and learning, teaching their kids right and everything, what to do and what not to do. And it's interesting in the movie and everything how the kids are the ones in this movie end up saving them and all. So that's how it always is with your kids. As you get older, you end up taking care of your kids and everything. As you get older, your kids end up taking care of you, looking out for you. They end up learning from what you taught them and end up saving you and take care of you. So that's a lot. That pretty much happens in this movie a lot. The kids are the ones that end up saving their parents. So definitely, learning kind of, I guess, probably one of the main story arcs of the movie about, the kids are the ones that end up saving the parents. So like I said, very, very, good story with that. That's something you hear about every day in life lessons and all and everything. Eventually, your kids are the ones that end up saving you. So, but Jake Sully and his family, they're dealing with the return of Colonel, the Colonel of Colonel Court, yeah, of Colonel Court Rich. So he's back. He wants revenge, and everything. And of course, it's not actually him. It's his kind of spirit with the Avatar. So and all that. So it's not exactly him, but it's spirit of him and the Avatar. So now he's back. He's coming for revenge. He wants, pretty much wants his head, wants everything in blood. He wants Jake Sully's head and blood and everything like that. So at first when he comes and kidnaps all Jake Sully's children and everything like that. But they're all able to escape. The only one he gets is Spider, who's not his kid necessarily, but actually really it's the Colonel's kid and all that. So that's another dynamic with Spider and Colonel's kid. So they're both like the relationship between them kind of starts grows and blossoms. He's not really actually his son, but kind of like is his son. So once Spider sees how he's teaching him how to communicate with the avatars and everything like that. So he grows a love for it. They both grow a love for each other and everything like that. But Spider still sees that like how bad he is, how he treats the avatars, and treats the other people, and everything like that. So of course he doesn't like it and everything like that. He's totally, of course, against it for the most part. But overall, towards like the end of the movie, when the final battle happens, when of course, final battle happens, Spider does end up saving his father, which shapes up for an interesting part of the sequel and all that for the third movie when they find out because they think the Colonel's dead. They think he's dead and everything like that. But Spider says, "Oh, I did save him and all that." It's gonna be like, "Whoa, okay, dang, you know what I'm saying?" Because he generally saw at one part when Nefertiti had a blade at his neck, with Spider's blade at his neck, and Colonel had her daughter at a blade of his neck. He's like, because of course, spoiler. Of course, this is spoiler review, like I said, so I'll be talking about a lot of things on here. Also, as well, like there's Colonel does kill their son, their oldest child. He ends up killing him and everything. So Nefertiti says, "A son for a son, I kill your son for you killing mine and everything like that." So what you gonna do in on it? Because why she has her daughter? Why of course why the Colonel has Nefertiti's daughter, Nefertiti and Jake's daughter, but no, like he decides no, he can't go through with it, killing her daughter because he does genuinely unconditionally love that boy because really like his son. So he lets him go. So he lets her daughter go and all that, and Nefertiti lets his son go. So all in all, that's why when it seems like when Jake and Colonel have the fight, he knocks him unconscious in the water, and Spider does end up saving the Colonel and everything like that. But he doesn't go with him or anything like that. He just ends up saving him just because he was his father, and he saw that he genuinely did have love for him. He did really care for him. So that's gonna be something to tackle in the third movie. Really, I get all vibes. I thought the third one might be the best out of all the avatars, especially since it's gonna be not too far since we last seen the second one. So it's gonna be fresh in our minds. So I definitely can't wait to see how that goes. But also as well, of course, going backtrack, they end up having to leave, of course, their original home, Nefertiti, Nefertiti, and okay, I keep on saying the name wrong. I guess it's Nefertiti. I keep on calling her Nefertiti, but Nefertiti, Nefertiti and Jake, they both decide to leave their original hometown where they're at to go to the way to go. I forgot the name. What's the name of it? To go to Makana, the reef people with the water and everything like that, to get away from the colony and everything like that. So they end up at first, they're kind of not, accepted by them and everything like that because they're a little different and all that. They're getting on their tails how they're not, the same and all that. But the leader of the tribe of the reef people, he eventually goes on ahead and lets them come. He lets them come and he lets them, be accepted right there and learn everything like that. Especially in the end, because their son is end up burying there. So he says, you're one of our people. You're definitely part of us and everything like that, because your son is buried with the rest of my ancestors. So, but at first, like I said, they're not well received. Jake's kids not getting along with the other guy's kids. So it kind of really does shape up a little bit to be like more of a not accepting. But later on, of course, in the film, they do all end up accepting one another and all that once they learn from each other and everything. Also, we have a thing with the fish where one of Jack's sons does become fans of the fish. Not a fan, but he ends up growing a buddy love to a fish because when a fish ends up saving his life and everything like that. So a fish that has been outcast and all that by his people, they end up becoming close in a buddy type friendship. So That shapes to be good. He's kind of one of the reasons that helps out in the final battle when they go against the Colonel and his crew and everything that's trying to take over the Avatar land and everything like that. He really is the one. I think his name Pai Khan. I don't know if I'm saying the name right either, but Pai Khan, he does end up helping them and ends up saving them. So definitely, shapes up to like a buddy, a real buddy type relationship, kind of like a Free Willy vibes. You know what I'm saying? Everybody remember Free Willy. Everybody remember that. I think I'm saying it right. The Free Willy movies of Wells. I think it was like 3 movies of them, but it shapes up to be that kind of vibe, interesting as well, and all that with the big whale fish helping them out and everything. So, all in all, that's the main details about the movie. Very, very solid, but very good movie. Like I said, the story arc is very plain, not that big, but it's okay and all that. But like I said, you don't really watch Avatar for the story arc. You watch it for the graphics and the highlights. Just a cinematic masterpiece. Definitely Oscar worthy for Best Picture, in my opinion, for sure. And all that, because how good and entertaining the movie. James Cameron, regardless, I didn't like what he said about Marvel movies. I go against him about that. I don't agree with him on that, but overall, the Avatar movie is good. He does his thing, does a good job with the Avatar movies. But like I said, the thing with the Marvel thing, that's why that's the only thing I don't agree with James Cameron on. But everything else about Avatar, man, good movie. Everything else with Avatar, he does his thing, does a good job with the movie. And of course, James Cameron responsible for producing, one of the best Terminator movies, Terminator 2: Judgment Day. Hasn't been a good Terminator movie since then. But yeah, overall Avatar, I definitely get him 9 out of 10. Definitely go see it if you haven't. Check it out. Like I said, but I'm pretty sure if you're watching this review or you're watching my channel right now, I'm doing a review on it. If you haven't seen the movie yet, you probably don't plan on going to see it. But overall, good movie. Avatar 2: The Way of the Water. Check it out and see it, man. Good movie. And once again, if you like the content, please don't hesitate to hit like subscribe button. This is Sly Media. This is my review on Avatar 2. Check me out, because right after this, I'm finna do a review on my top 10, on my top Marvel movies, top Marvel movies and TV shows and everything else on Marvel Phase 4. So check me out for that. But this is my review on Avatar. Y'all have a good night.